Let me invite, we have a sharing experience, SIP experience. So I invite Dr. K.N. Subramanya, Principal, RV College of Engineering, Bengaluru, affiliated to VTU. Sir will share his experience with SIP. Sir, over to you. Subramanya, sir?
Yes.
Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Good afternoon to all of you. I hope audible and my slides are visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Clear.
So first of all, let me thank AICT for giving me this opportunity to share the student induction program activities which we are conducting when after the inception in the institution. Very quickly, I will tell about my institution that if you look into the RV College of Engineering, it was established in 1963. We offer 13 undergraduate and 16 postgraduate programs. And we have 15 research centers affiliated to Visvesvaraya Technological Institute, Belagavi. And our annual intake is 1,060 and post-graduation around 450. So we have 353 faculty and non-teaching staff 290. Some of our achievements include we got the autonomous status during 2007 and PG during 2016, and there has been a renewal and the extension of autonomy until 23-24. And multiple time NBA accreditation has been done. As on date, we have UG 11 and PG 7 out of 16 are accredited. Remaining we are waiting for the re-accreditation. And of course, we are a part of TechCube project phase 2, 1.2 and 1.2.1. And this year, we have been ranked in the NRF ranking 77 in the engineering stream during 2021. And QS Gauge Award with the Diamond University ranking for 3 years. And we have established actually a lot of centers of excellence with the help of the industry and the sponsored research projects by the government. So this is very briefly about my institution.
Subramanya sir, sorry for the interruption. Please, I think slides. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So ours is a huge campus which around 17 acres. A lot of greenery is there. I will not be telling many things about the institution because the purpose of today is different. And if you look into the induction program, which was started in 2018, in fact, there is a total schedule which has been given here. And we make sure that, and we take it very seriously in the institution for conducting all the programs, whatever has been specified by AICTE. And in the first time when we did it, a lot of sessions were organized. In fact, that was offline actually. And only 2021 was online. Other than that, we had done a lot of offline activities with the calling by eminent people. We are lucky to be in Bangalore, getting a lot of very good and extraordinary speakers in all the area. Actually, we can get the people. And we find that over a period of time, there has been a lot of changes in the student behavior. In fact, let me also tell you, it's a win-win situation for the faculty and the students, according to me. And we have one person called Guraj Karjagi, who talks extraordinarily well. And this has been rated as one of the best during that particular time whenever we conducted. And as a part of the social awareness, we have also done hackathons on the traffic awareness. And then life skill activities have been done. And these are only very, very few, which have been mostly rated best by the students. Other than that, we have done a lot of other activities also. And Indian Epic, students keen on practicing yoga and a positive impact on the students. In fact, this has become such a beautiful thing that many of my faculty in the college have learned yoga and they're all become trainers already, apart from the students being taught. And of course, one of the most important event was Indian Epic. And online mode, when it has come in 2021, we find that we had to find out some innovative way of doing things. That's how we have to create online events, because if I keep the whole day only in the talks, students may not be so much interested. So we used to have only in the morning sessions the talks, and in the afternoon sessions, we have wonderfully used our senior students to conduct all the practical activities which I'm going to explain in the succeeding slides. In fact, we have called very good and eminent people, could be on the moral and the spiritual values, Swami Vireshananda Saraswati, and then Justice Santosh Hegde to know the social responsibility among engineers, and Lieutenant General Kamath. In fact, we call him every year. And know your country. This is, in fact, students are motivated at a very, very high level. And of course, V. Nagaraj, a veteran who explains about the value-based education and whatever we talk about the Indian knowledge system. Actually, he beautifully explains in his own way. And we also call some youngsters who can motivate our students to transform failure into success. We called Vinay Joshi during 2019. Of course, we keep calling, as I've already told you, we will have a blend of people actually who can motivate our younger generation. So as per the guidelines, actually, we go with all the things. In fact, Indian knowledge sessions along with the expert lectures on physical health, stress management, hazards of addiction, Indian epic, India pride and success stories. And we have called all these people during the last time. Yashodeep is one of the very good, he was a CEO in USA and he has come back to India and he is having a total Ramayana. In fact, somebody can look into in the YouTube also. Beautifully is preparing a total epic on the Ramayana and the videos, which will be a short videos of 5 to 6 minutes. And every year he comes and explains to our people. And I'm sure that you will be knowing Dr. Ali Khwaja, who motivates students like anything. And we have Mahesh Gowda and Kaushik Mudda is our alumni. And a success story about a startup also was a part of this particular program. Then, of course, as per the ACT, if you see, the last 12 activities has been given to them, but we also take some kind of a leeway out of these things and try to see a little bit more activities also. If you look into the afternoon activities, which every student will participate very, very actively, we did very interesting exercises. One was on the theme-based activities, other was on the heritage walk. And I feel that these two are one of the best practices we have found over the last 3 years. And I'm going to tell you what has been done in that. Of course, all the sessions were during the working hours, except the yoga, which is conducted by 7:30 to 8:30 in the morning sessions. Let me tell you here in the yoga sessions, it's not just the student, not just the faculty. Many parents have also participated in this online exercise. And of course, when we did physically, we did in a huge auditorium where 1,000 students were placed with a huge space, so that the yoga was taught by a group of trainers who are practicing yoga and teach yoga for the younger generation. Some of the activities, if you look into it, it is all the theme-based activities which you can look into. So first kind of activity was like say, exhibit all their talent. In fact, it is a theme-based activity. Activity was in terms of the COVID awareness, healthy lifestyle, happiness. Of course, we are all working on the sustainable development goals. In fact, of 2030 of United Nations, but also India has a commitment, and even in Karnataka, we have a sustainable development goal taken very seriously. And as a part of that, save water, then to make it a greener earth, and save energy, save environment. All these are the themes which we have taken. And let me tell you, 467 students participated in this. In fact, we have a record of all these things, what students have done it. Maybe it may take some more time for us to make a beautiful book on this to know how our younger generation thinks. The way they think, let me tell you, I think we, being the faculty members, have learned a lot on the innovative way of doing things. Another very important, which is very dear to me, was that we started something called as a heritage walk. In fact, this was the idea which came from our senior students of cultural activity, NSS and NCC, because we involve them a lot in all these activities. This is wonderful activity, actually. In fact, after this, I also want to discuss with some of the people that can we do this heritage walk on a state-wise? Because we are looking at the Indian knowledge system, because a lot of hidden treasure which is there in our country, which would be helpful to consolidate and know the things. Maybe for a tourism department, whenever we go out, we see only very, very important things, but we may not go to the rural part of the country. In fact, this is my wish that maybe all the colleges in one college in each state can take this this can be made as a national movement actually. And let me give one example. There was one girl from telecommunication department who resided in Nandyala. It's a place in Andhra during the COVID season. And I suppose out of all these 563 students, she got the first place. She prepared a 5 minutes video of the whole of the Nandyala, taking the temples and the historical things. Because what happens is a person residing in this place for a long time since childhood, they'll be knowing about that place very well. So like this, these are all the things what has been stated here are the things which our students have done. And we, in fact, every video has got 5 minutes. And you can imagine the amount of data which has been stored as a video format. So this, I feel, is one of the best practices which we can follow when we are even talking about the Indian knowledge system. And of course, project-based learning was done through NSS and best out of waste, because since it was online, we have to be more creative in making a lot of such things. So maybe students who are all in their own houses had to find out what are the ways which are available and how to make use of these things. And I have shown some of the products here, what has been made with the waste available in their particular houses. And these are all very interesting. That's why I told our younger generation, the youth, are the power of the nation. But is only thing that how can we make use of these people is the one which will give a lot of potential for the future generations also. So this is another project we took the help of NSS and did with our students. A talent search is there in RV College for a long time. Some of the activities, whatever we talk about the extracurricular activities and the innovative activities, we have 30 in number in the college. Of course, every year, even before the induction program started, a talent search of the first year, our senior students will do. Of course, this time we have to do online so that they want to groom them to participate in many of the competitions at the regional, state, national, and the international level. And we also did a talent search with the whole of online platform using either Zoom, Microsoft Teams, or Cisco WebEx platform. So this is another very interesting activity to adapt to the newer changes. And I feel this is a new normal which we have found during the induction program. So these are some of the best practices I can say. We have done so many activities in the prescribed period of the induction program, but we love to see that heritage walk and theme-based activity. Let me tell you, being engineering, who always think on the technical background, they can also add the societal perspective if they make through all those things. It's only that we should make our whole of our education system through these things and outward looking, so that go back to the society, get the problem, then try to solve it. I think these are the kinds of activities which will be very much helpful to them. At the same time, we have taken a lot of feedback also from all the stakeholders, starting from the faculty, the students, and the parents. And we try to improve year on year on small mistakes if we do somewhere. And so these are, I feel, are some of the best practices which are seen, apart from all the routine activities of yoga and all the other, in fact, as a part of the induction, they'll see the whole college, they'll see all the facilities available. So all such things will be routine, but these are the two things which has made us actually a win-win situation for both the faculty and the students. And of course, the positive impact, as I've already told you, that feedback is very, very important. Whenever we are doing the program, we have got a huge list of faculty members, at least 30 to 40 faculty members participate in induction program, because we have to make a smaller groups of these students. I cannot talk to 60, 120, 240 students. Maybe we make into 30 when we are making a group activity. Maybe the number will be more when there is a talk. So obviously, we have taken a lot of feedback from the faculty also on improvement upon. In fact, sometimes what happens is we took anonymous agreed feedback also from them. And then, of course, as I've already told you, many parents have participated in the yoga competition. And that is a positive thing which we always find, because during the last years, I think whole life was in distress. That was the time when we thought that we should do something different. This has helped many people even to come out of the COVID situation. And the random feedback, we have checked that even the health routine of in fact, my previous speaker was telling about the health routine. We found that some of the students' health routine was also improved after attending to this SIP program. And of course, we may, the feedback and the rating system can be still formalized, and we can structure it also, so that the future activities could be taken in a much better way. I'm also very happy to inform you that apart from the induction program, in fact, people since morning are talking about all these three things. So I'm very happy to inform you that totally 290 faculty from our institution, along with 43 technical staff, attended all the UHV programs organized by AICTE. And there are some more people left, which they'll be completing, because when Anil Sasubude sir talked long time back about, he was telling us that by 2022, all the faculty in the institution, including the technical staff, had to be given a training on the UHV, Universal Human Values. I think I kept that word in mind, and I was the first person to attend during last year, and then I motivated all my faculty, HODs, deans to attend all these programs. In fact, this is, let me tell you, as a principal of the institution, this has changed the landscape of the faculty in the institution. I think that's one feedback which I want to give to AICTE. We should thank AICTE for that, for making a change in the landscape among the faculty apart from the students. Of course, the planning of the activities for the coming year, we have constituted members to organize this program, and at the institutional level, there will be a committee headed by me and all my Dean Academic Student Affairs, Dean Cultural Activity, NSS, NCC, faculty, coordinators, physical education director, and the heads of the departments will be doing a overall planning. And of course, faculty coordinators are going to execute. They are 2080 number. We have already identified these people, and we'll be starting somewhere as soon as the October 15th or 20th. We may start this induction program for this year. So that's how faculty mentors have been already identified. Another important aspect is that apart from the faculty who take care of the SIP, we also have a mentors for every 20 students in the institution. So whoever is the mentor for the first year, they will also join this particular group. So by and large, almost around 50 to 60 faculty would be participating in the execution of the plans which have organized. And of course, it all goes by the guidelines which have been given. It's a very beautifully laid down guidance, I mean the guidelines. And of course, we call expert lecturers, expert speakers for the sessions, identifying all these people from cultural activities, NCC, NSS, road track. In fact, I have totally almost around 15 clubs of co-curricular and extracurricular activities. All these people will be helpful to us. Of course, for this year, we are waiting for the admission process to be completed to implement the induction program. Of course, apart from this, other things, as you know, that NCC in RVC is a very, very vibrant unit. And we have got 3 to 4 years continuously the best institution award for the NCC. In fact, in the last 2 years, we find 3 of our students have been joining the NDA, that is National Defense Academy for the Short-Term Commission. In fact, this year Kritika joined, and last year and this year one more student joined. So this is one thing which will be helping our students even in the induction program. In fact, any functions we conduct in the institution, I think NCC would be very much helpful to us. As in fact, VTU is a driving force for all the NSS activities in Karnataka. So they give so much importance to NSS activity that so many students in our college participate. I have given the numbers here, and I'm not going to details, but you take any kind of an activity, for example, blood donation. In fact, we have been doing the blood donation at RV College of Engineering for more than 2 decades. In fact, 3 to 4 times, we have also got the Governor's Award, Karnataka Governor's Award for the blood donation camp. And a single day, 7 to 8 agencies will come, and almost around last year, it was around 1,400 units of blood in a day. We have given, it's like a festival. We conduct the blood donation camp in the college. So like that, our students are helpful in a lot of other activities. One more important activity I would like to add here is that this year during the pandemic, Karnataka government PUC board wanted our students to prepare a objective type questions for the students to appear for the state entrance examination. 213 students from electronics and communication worked for 1.5 months with the government of Karnataka Directorate of PU board and did 9,000 questions with answers online, and in a mobile student in a rural area could access it. So how is it possible? I think these are all possible because of lot of leverage and the freedom given by the statutory bodies so that we consider all these things as a part of even the activity points for the students. So these are some of the activities by the NSS students. And of course, environmental conscious is very important for all of us. And of course, our campus has got more than 2,500 trees. And what all the sustainable things we talk about is already available in the campus. And we try to see that we try to, on a routine basis, we try to put a lot of effort in maintaining all those things. Of course, almost around 90% of my lights, light poles in the campus are smart lights. And takeaways would be all faculty are definitely encouraged to attend to FDPs, including deans and the HODs. Of course, identify faculty based on the interest to plan and prepare well in advance for SAP. We take this as a pride. In fact, every faculty gives us a lot of suggestions to improve on these all the three activities of universal human values, SIP, and activity points. According to me, this total integrated of these three things are helping the institutions in a better way. And of course, a system to follow up. Actually, as we were discussing, we are also thinking of, as of now, what's happening is it's becoming a part-time work for all our faculty members. Maybe in another 1 or 2 years, I would like to have a full-fledged faculty actually who will be taking care of these activities, because this is creating a difference for the institutions. So I feel this we are going to make in another 1 or 2 years. Definitely we go for it. And of course, mentoring is already there, but we have to allocate a little bit more time on that, which we are looking for. And we have already planned in our timetable 2 to 3 for Friday for UHV faculties as a part of the academic preparation, and synchronized student mentoring with ESIP follow-up session also suggest. So that means generally after conducting 15 days of the program, we also want to have a follow-up program for this SIP, how the students are performing. Otherwise, it becomes just an event. So these are some of the takeaways and what are our plans for the future. And my final slide is, let me thank, this is an integrated way according to me. SIP, UHV, activity points of AICT are a boon, which has come at the right time. In fact, COVID, pre-COVID, and during the COVID and after the COVID for a new normal, I feel this is going to make a lot of changes in our holistic education, even as per the new education policy. I'm sure AICT has pursued this NEP long time back, and we are feeling it very easy to implement now all these things even in the NEP 2020. And of course, let me acknowledge from my side and by my colleagues that all the experts and the AICT headed by none other than Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe, who are involved in conceiving the ideas. In fact, ideas can be conceived, but it has to be planned and implemented successfully across the nation on a continuous basis. I think this is one thing which I've seen in the last 3 years. So much work has been done by AICTE, so many workshops have been organized. Now it has all become a part of us. And I hope we will definitely see that how it could be helpful for our younger generation. Of course, finally, AICTE is there with us. At the same time, let us also thank actually our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Kari Siddhappa of Visvesvaraya Technological University, the Registrar, and also the Madam Gayatri Reddy, who is taking care of the UHV. All these people actually initiate a lot in Karnataka and help us to grow in a better way and see that our younger generation do better. See, we all teach the technology part here, but the holistic part would be added through all these things so that our students could be better entrepreneurs. They can get good jobs. They can go for higher studies. They can think and contribute to the nation in a better way. I'm sure that all these things are very much helpful to us. And let me thank AICT for giving me this opportunity to share some of my thoughts. And I hope the question answer sessions maybe after some time. And once again, thanking all of you for a patience listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Subramanya, sir. Thank you very much for your detailed sharing, sir. Truly, it is